How's it going all? Welcome back to the shed. So today's video is going to be just a little something on the Bonneville America. Just a little fun project to keep me amused this Saturday afternoon. Haven't really done anything else on the diversion this week. We're just trying to get together and have a bit of time to do stuff on that. The hardtail as well, still not really done much on that either. But to be honest, it does feel like that might lend itself more to the cold winter months as a nice winter project. You know, that's when you really want to be doing a project like that. At the moment, you know, I'm working longer hours during the week at the moment, and then weekend comes, if the weather's good, you want to be out on your bike, don't you, really? Not stuck in the shed doing something. So, yeah, so maybe that will be on the, not the back burner, but I want to save up a bit of funds as well to buy the raw materials and stuff for it as well. So yeah, anyway, enough of that. So yeah, little fun little thing I want to do to the America, and also got to put a video up as well, because I'd also like to ask almost a favour, if you're interested, on through work doing a charity skydive for a charity called Little Miracles, which helps sort of kids in unfortunate circumstances, and we're doing a skydive. There is a Just Giving page, and I just, you know, normally I don't really mix things like this up with YouTube. My YouTube's normally just about messing around in the shed on a bike, but I figure it's a fairly good platform. Some of you have already donated, and I really appreciate that, but I'll leave a link to the Just Giving page at the bottom where you can read a little bit more about it. But it would be fantastic if anyone can just, you know, it doesn't matter how much, whatever you can spare would be fantastic. And just, yeah, very easy to, you don't have to give your card either, you can PayPal it. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description, and if some of you would like to donate, that would be massively appreciated. Thank you ever so much. But onward with the America. Kind of an oil cooler sump guard kind of a thing. Well, maybe not so much the sump guard, more the oil cooler bit. I want to make one up for the America, and I think we'll take you over to the bikes to show you what. So there we go. So that's my old Evo Tech one that I've had for ages. Had it on the other Bonnie, but I think it's a bit too modern looking and not quite in keeping with the style I want on the hardtail. So Jen has inherited that, the lucky bugger. But very nice. Mounts onto the sort of front plate here as well, and at the top, but I haven't got those mounting plates or points on the America. All I've really got to go off, I've got the horn where the horn used to go, bracket there, possibly off the oil cooler here. It's the top, and then I'm going to have to figure out, there's nowhere directly to easily mount off here, so I'm going to have to work that out as I go along. But yeah, I'd quite like to do it, not just really to protect the oil cooler, but obviously with the bobbed guard, and this tyre does chuck up a fair bit of crap, so if it's wet and dirty, this area does tend to get absolutely filled with crap. In here, these always fill up, and it all just takes a bit of a battering, so it's just making my life a bit easier. Hopefully it'll keep this area a bit clearer and just dress it up, and it's a bit of fun. So let's get to it. Right then, so got the first of our pieces, and that little dot there is just for the first kind of mounting point, really. Just gonna slide down in there. Oh. There we go. So that's where that will bolt in through there. That just gives me a starting point. I've just measured it out and got that, so it's fairly central. As I say, I'll probably use the oil cooler here with a longer bolt going through, and then sleeve that so it looks neat. So that's two top bolts. Not entirely sure what I'll do down the bottom, but it does kind of jam itself nicely in with the foot peg kind of support brace thing down there. But you can see where the oil cooler is, so I want to try and expose, put a big hole in this there to put the mesh or whatever behind, so we can get the airflow over the oil cooler. So I'll put this down, get the marker pen and mark that out as well. Right then, so I had a bit of a mess around and a play around, and so I drilled the hole in for that to bolt on, opened up that area there. It's not super straight yet, but I didn't bother filming that bit, just getting the angle grind. Well, I drilled some holes and then angle grinded it out. Cut a bit of the old mesh to fit, to go behind there, which I do quite like. It's alright. In terms of fixing this behind here, I could rivet it on or something like that, but whilst I've been rummaging around, I have also found like a little power supply cover from the scrap bin at work, which I think actually would look better. Now, the unfortunate thing is it's not quite the same size as the mesh there, so I'm going to have to probably cut another hole, but then I've got loads of this stuff anyway. But I think I'm going to use that. So I just need to, that's just a folded bit of aluminium there, so I just need to drill out the rivets and whatnot, and use that section. Cut this tang off here, and that'll be what we use. Nicer, the punched holes rather than the mesh. Yeah, just for, I think it's just going to look cooler. Obviously, I'll probably do this all black as well. So, but yeah, I think out of the two, I prefer that. Unfortunately, my Dremel has died again. Fourth Dremel I've killed off. Ridiculous. So I might have to go in a bit heavy-handed with something just to cut that. Let's have a look. See, now I'm looking at it, so I've cut that out and got it fairly square. I mean, the only thing that annoys me is the old rivet holes. Geez, the way it was folded off. I'd rather they were symmetrical, but that's just me being obsessive. I'm thinking, I could use this as a template and just drill out directly in here, which would save me having to cut a hole out and then fixing it. It's just less mess and clutter, really, isn't it? I didn't do that before, or think about it, because I didn't really think of using that as a sort of jig. And if you've, well, I'm still not entirely sure. It is cleaner, but repetitively drilling all those holes out is going to be a pain in the backside, and if I mess one up, then the whole thing's gone squiff. But I don't know, I'm more tempted to do that now, because then I'm going to worry about, you know, having things poking through that. It's just, the whole thing will just be cleaner. Ideally I could do with a pillar drill, but I haven't. I've only got my little hand drill. So yeah, I might line that up and just drill them out. I've got enough. If I mess it up, I'll just have to do another one. So that's where it all. This can just be approximate for now. So I know the oil cooler in relation to where that goes. It'll be about there. Now let's say about there-ish. Well then, this area inside here, inside the shaded area, is where the oil cooler is in relation to this plate. So I've just drawn a couple of dividing lines up here that mean that when, hopefully if my maths is correct, which is a long shot because I am really bad at that, when I get all these centered, there we go, that is exactly bang on in the middle, and that should be all the holes I need for my jig for drilling. So yeah, I guess there's nothing for it but to go for it. Don't worry, I don't think I'm going to film the whole thing. I'll turn off now and we'll see how I get on. See if that's worked, or whether or not it has been a monumental waste of time. Hopefully it will.
Sweet Fox on the Run. Are there many others like that? Are there any others like that?
Oh yes.
I like playing that because now and again.
Booty.
Now and again. Next one is from John Lenson from Ipswich, who asked for.
Oh, they turn out really nice and neat.
Can you play for my girlfriend Bopsy?
Really happy with that, and that's, yeah, I'm so much happier with doing it in that rather than having to cut something out and then rivet it on. I think that's just way cleaner. Right, clean all this up. Okay, so I'll give it a quick clean up and just do the first dry test of the fit. So I've whipped out the bolt for the oil cooler there because I think that we just need to pull it in there. Make sure I've got it all nice and straight. I mean, that will be incredibly secure. I can just feel it even just with that one bolt on, but that will square it up. So I'm not massively concerned about the bottom. It doesn't rattle around, it's kind of, but we'll come to that. I need to, yeah, mark this hole out, get it in the right place so I don't cock up all the work I've done here. Probably round these off so it looks a bit more attractive. Not much I can do with these. I could always run a cable tie through there, but that might look a bit cheap. Yeah, but let's get the mounting holes sorted out first. Still plenty of chance to cock this up. I've got a bit of tape that goes over on the back. Taking the bolt out there, something pointy to poke through from behind. Right, so quite happily I managed to not cock that hole up, so that's in the right place. I think I'm gonna, I don't know whether just to curve it or maybe do like a little bit of a lip there. I think probably just take the edges off. I think it's going to be the best, maybe. Just have a little think on that. I want to kind of get rid of where these holes are because they look redundant, but there's 3 down each side. And I was just looking down this end to see where I could attach the bottom, because there was just a little bit of clatter, you know, which is going to be, well, it's just not good. And I'll be honest, you know, cable ties just fit perfectly through there and around there. I've got another one at the bottom I can use, and I think that's the way to go. I was looking at maybe putting some little like P clips underneath here to bolt it on there, but it looks a bit kind of tacked together. Once this is black, it's going to be very hard to see these, and I think it just looks the neatest and certainly the easiest. The holes and everything are there, so pretty much as soon as I've rounded those bits off and sprayed it black, it's good to go. So I think that is the way I am going to go. So I just need to decide what little bit of detailing I want to do around the edges here. Nothing too fancy, but get that sorted, whip it off, get it sprayed, pop it back on again. Well, so I'm not too sure at the moment. I think I was going to just kind of cut out and have this kind of little lip there, so we'll lose that bit, but then I wanted to just round off the bottom, so I'll be losing those bits, and I almost think it's easy to do this, just mirror that up there. Certainly easier to probably cut out and not cock up, especially as I haven't got a Dremel at the moment, just got my angle grinder. So I'm gonna draw the same curves up there, just see if I'm happy with that. Well, I do quite like that, but I'm not sure. So there we go. Just rounded the edges off. I think don't get too cocky with it. Nice and simple. That'll do the job. So I'll give it a clean up, get all the grease and muck off it, and probably spray it up with the old, probably some of the engine paint, I think. Give it that wrinkly finish, and get it in the oven, and then get it on the bike. Well, it didn't quite go as planned. I thought I had some of the old wrinkle finish, well, I did have some of the wrinkle finish paint left. But unfortunately, teach me not to invert my can when I finished using it. That had all clogged up and rendered what little was left as useless. Couldn't spray out of the can, so had to go with the old tough black. So that's had a couple of coats, but that is going to just have to dry naturally. Can't get it in the oven and get it on the bike for this video. I've got to do the other side as well, but which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping to have had that done and finished, but there you go. Well, there we go. So I didn't quite get it all done in one video, which was a bit of a shame. I was hoping if I'd been able to use the engine paint, I could have just sprayed that on, got it in the oven, got it dried and got it back on the bike, and finished the video. But unfortunately, no, it doesn't always work out. Did feel I was rushing it towards the end as well to try and get it finished in one video. So maybe I'll, don't know, not entirely convinced by my symmetry on my corners. I mean, they're pretty good, but I don't know, been looking at it for too long. I'm now thinking, could I have done a better job? But I'll come back to it when that paint's dried. Hopefully then by the next video it'll be on. But I think it looks pretty nice, does the job, and free. So there we go, awesome. So that's it for this video, and once again, if you would like to donate to the Little Miracles charity, that would be hugely appreciated. Again, I do kind of apologise for mixing this sort of thing in with the videos, but hey, there's a good platform on YouTube. There's a fair few subscribers. If everyone donated a quid or $1, that would make a massive difference. So there we go. All the links are down in the description if you want to read that. But otherwise, thanks ever so much for watching. Take it easy. See you next time.